In the middle of the vast ocean, where the wind and waves never sleep, fishing boats still venture out to sea day and night. Each trip is a battle with the sea, but also a journey to find a full catch of fish, bringing hope to the mainland. Let's follow the fishermen to see more clearly the breathtaking and magical moments of fishing in the middle of the ocean. Behind the ship, the giant net was slowly closing in. Seabirds were circling, as if they knew the sumptuous feast was about to be revealed under the water. Each rumble of the winch gradually pulled the priceless treasure up from the bottom of the sea. Each revolution was a heartbeat of excitement. Would today be a bountiful catch? And then, the most awaited moment arrived. The heavy net opened, thousands of silver fish pouring down onto the deck. The sound of fish splashing, the sound of water splashing, and the cheers of the fishermen. It was the sound of a night of hard work paid off. Each fish was a drop of sweat, a hope, and today, that hope filled the hold. The voyage has not yet stopped. Once again, the giant net was pulled up, heavy with tons of fish inside. Under the yellow light, the silver fish body sparkled, thrashing vigorously in each gap of the net. The last of the spoils is gathered. The fishermen stand in the middle of the hold, their hands quickly pulling each batch of fish pouring out of the mouth of the net. With the hold now cleared, the fishermen prepare for another round of fishing. Huge nets are pulled along the deck, each mesh and buoy carefully inspected. Then, with a firm command, the nets are lowered, spread out behind the ship, and sink into the cold water. Another oceanic hunt begins. With the hold now cleared, the fishermen prepare for another round of fishing. Huge nets are pulled along the deck, each mesh and buoy carefully inspected. Then, with a firm command, the nets are lowered, spread out behind the ship, and sink into the cold water. Another oceanic hunt begins. And then, the whole ocean seemed to rush into the ship's hold. Thousands of silver fish poured out of the net, filling the deck with a strong splashing sound. The sound of water, of fish, of cheers blended into a song of victory in the middle of the ocean. That was the moment all fatigue disappeared, leaving only the joy and pride of a bountiful catch. As soon as the hold is filled, the sorting and storage process begins. Each line of fresh fish is brought onto the conveyor belt, sparkling silver under the ship's lights. Under the morning sunlight, the fishermen began to spread their nets on the deck. Each mesh was neatly untied, each rope carefully checked to avoid any mistakes in the middle of the ocean. When everything was ready, the giant net began to be lowered, stretching out across the deep blue sea. A new round of hunting began, carrying the hope of a full catch of fish. In the dark of night at sea, while the big fish was still struggling fiercely on the side of the ship, a brave fisherman jumped into the water. He approached quickly, skillfully threading the rope around the fish's body amid its powerful struggles. In just a few tense seconds, the rope was fixed, and from the deck, the brothers immediately pulled up the huge catch. After a tense moment underwater, the giant fish was finally brought close to the side of the ship. The two fishermen exerted all their strength, coordinated smoothly, and lifted the dozens of kilograms of spoils onto the deck little by little. Under the night light, the silvery black body of the fish sparkled, its sharp fins and muscular body displayed the power of a predator of the sea. At that moment, all the hardships of the voyage seemed to disappear, giving way to complete pride. After being brought up to the deck, the big fish were immediately transferred to the storage hold. The fishermen carefully lifted each one, sliding it gently through the mouth of the hole, where the ice layer was ready to keep the fish fresh. Each time the hold was closed, another trophy was kept, marking the result of a night of hard work at sea. On the deck, sweat was still falling, but smiles were brighter than ever. Under the blazing sun, each pair of hands gripped the heavy net. The pull was steady and strong, blending with the sound of waves lapping against the side of the boat. Each pull brought up a section of the net, little by little narrowing the encirclement under the blue water. The power of the ocean can only be conquered by the power of solidarity among the people clinging to the sea. There was only one last stretch of net left, and below was a school of fish thrashing about, the water splashing white. The fishermen skillfully pulled in the net, gradually bringing the school of fish close to the side of the boat. The silver bodies of the fish glistened under the blue water, signaling a big catch. The atmosphere on deck was filled with excitement. Everyone was ready for the upcoming bumper crop. When the school of fish was pushed close to the net, the fishermen quickly caught the first big fish. Each fish was pulled onto the deck, heavy, silvery white, and still thrashing vigorously. All around, a sea of fish was still swimming in the net, waiting for their turn to be brought up. In no time, the deck was filled with the silvery color of fresh fish. The containers were quickly filled, each fish neatly stacked for storage. The early morning sunlight made the fish skin even more shimmering and brilliant like precious rewards bestowed by the sea. This was the clearest proof of a successful voyage. In no time, the deck was filled with the silvery color of fresh fish. The containers were quickly filled, each fish neatly stacked for storage. The early morning sunlight made the fish skin even more shimmering and brilliant like precious rewards bestowed by the sea. This was the clearest proof of a successful voyage. So we have just gone through a stormy, but also very fruitful trip at sea. Thank you everyone for watching until the end of the video. Hopefully these images have given you an interesting perspective on the life of fishermen at sea. If you find it interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next journeys. See you in the next video.